local wildlife in Ontario isn't too dangerous. The only things that are dangerous are we have black bears, a lot of them, and some brown bears, some wolves, some coyotes, and moose in mating season, and that's about it. It's pretty easy to take care of myself and prepare. I always have bear spray with me. I always have a knife. I always have them ready to go. I don't just keep them tucked away in my backpack. They're always on my hip, always ready in the case that something comes up. I just grab it right away. So another thing I do after I wipe my hands is if you get some dirt or some leaves and you rub your hands, it does smell like dirt and leaves, but it beats smelling like food. So I'll do that every time. Now I gotta find somewhere to hang this thing. So I found a potential tree to hang the food. It's honestly not the best, but there is like no options here. I don't want to go too far from here. I'm sure there's somewhere, but I just want to stay relatively close to my camp and the fire. So this is pretty close here, up there. I have a very tiny area to land. It's probably better, yeah. So I need to aim right there where like there's like the two folds of the branches, and I'm not even sure that it's gonna catch there, but I gotta try. Attempt number 1. That's not bad. That's not bad, but that's not where I was aiming. Although this could do, maybe. No, I would need to go further. Oh no. I may be stuck now. I don't want to break the tree. This is my best tree. I think I'm just gonna risk it for the biscuit. I think I might just have to. So what you want to do is get the carabiner, clip it in, and then I've actually never done this before, so wish me luck. So, got it hanging. It's not perfect, but it's the best I could find, and I'm happy with it. So, I couldn't let go of the knot because it would have flown away, but I'll just show you what I did. So, you just basically levy it around the tree, and then you just put it through there. And that's it. Stay safe, Earth Pack.
So just sitting here enjoying my cup of tea, my porridge. It was pretty solid this morning. It did need to have more water in it. And behind me, you can see that's where my tent is, just in this little wee tiny flat area. And if I turn the camera around, you'll see exactly where I am. So I'm looking out towards the islands out there. This is the Pacific Ocean. And I'm sitting on the branch of the brew tree, which is the trees all around here. They're known as the New Zealand Christmas tree, and at Christmas time they are just covered in these beautiful red flowers. So just having that cup of tea. So just show how the stove all goes away. Oops, take that off the top. Those fold in. And it goes into this little pouch here. Oops, take those off. So that goes in first in the actual stove itself, like that. Then the canister, lighter on top, and now I know to carry a spare lighter as well, and then just pop the lid on, fix on. There, all set. Beautiful. So there's my power pack, and this one has a solar panel as well, and it's surprising, even on a day like today when it's a little bit misty and it's going to be drizzly, that it still does manage to charge up a little bit, and that's terrific for me, because I have all the camera batteries, various other things, devices that I take. So last night I came down the track over there. There's an orange marker showing where the track entrance is, and where these trees come down into the gully, that's where there's a little wee stream coming down from the mountains behind. And my actual camping spot is up in there under those pohutukawas. It's the only flat area really when you look around the beach.
Good morning, everybody. It's 5 a.m. I woke up early, so now I go to make some coffee, and then I start to see the sunrise. Then early, but when I'm camping, I like it this way. So now, let's get dressed, put a long sleeve on, and get out. Good morning, everyone. I wake up to this beautiful scene because these are the two best things, the night and the morning, while doing camping and being solo. It makes me appreciate more because, as I always say, there are no distractions. But look at the sunrise, how beautiful it is. Now I have everything ready to start making a coffee. The tent will dry up from some condensation that it has and dew from the night. So now let's make a good coffee and enjoy the show. Well, I have everything ready here, so I start making some good coffee. So now let's do it and relax. And I have some local delicacy as well. Talasil. When I wake up, I don't do the normal breakfast. First I do something with the coffee and then I will do something later about 10. So this morning I have this Maltese delicacy. It's called Talasil and it's very good. With that I have the coffee that I just did, and now it's time to relax and enjoy. What you can ask for more? A very good coffee, a Maltese sweet, and the view. But looks that there's a lot of clouds right now. But let's enjoy what we have.
I think being silent is an underrated human skill these days. Our modern world makes it almost impossible for silence to exist. There's just noise everywhere. Noise in our heads, overloaded information bombarded to us from every direction. It is as though silence is void and undesirable. But on the contrary, as the saying goes, silence is golden. It is only during moments of silence when we start to hear everything that matters. The inhale and exhale of our own breaths, the distant sound of birds singing a sweet tune, and if you're lucky, you can even hear and feel the soul deep within you. beautiful river. And my tent is over here. It is such a beautiful morning. You know, I wouldn't say I slept well last night. In fact, I kept tossing and turning and just couldn't fall asleep. I guess it's because of the humidity. The humidity here is off the roof. But I think later on into the night, perhaps after 3 a.m. as the temperature dropped. Yep, I managed to get a few hours of good sleep, so that's good. This morning I woke up to the sound of the river, birds chirping, no sunrise because it's been quite cloudy and the sun is just hiding behind the clouds, but still, it's still beautiful.
Slept very well this night. It was so quiet until the birds start to sing in the morning, but that's just wonderful to wake up to. It was a little bit chilly, but I have a good sleeping bag, so no problem. But now it's time for some breakfast. I think it will be a very good day today. Blue sky so far.
Morning coffee, the best coffee ever. It's been a wonderful trip. Oh, I've been lucky with the weather and the campsite, the hike. Everything has been so good.
Out to loft up now, and I'll put it inside the bivvy bag just to act as a bit of a barrier, and I'll throw that on the ground sheet. That's me all ready and set, organised. All I've got to do is inflate my sleeping pad a bit later. Because I've already had one cinnamon bun, it's time to get out the rubbish bag. So I'll just put that in, and then that can just strap around my top ridgeline. Just like so. One thing I'm going to need if I want to boil water is fire, and I've already been doing some of that prep. So the last little bits I want to do is just get some bigger logs that this stuff can then catch. I did bring back some other sticks with me when I was doing my little walk looking for the polyporn down by the river and what have you. But yeah, just really nice to get some bigger logs that will maintain it a little bit longer. Left a big stack of firewood. Nice bit of dry oak there. It's a bit damp on the outside, but you can see the inside's good and dry. That'll be for later once the fire's ripping. I'll just chop it into smaller logs. I'm really after this kind of thumb thickness of stuff. Really big rock behind camp which I probably would have started fire on, but the wind's blowing this way and I don't want embers going all through my tarp. Obviously I need that for rain protection, so I'm probably going to move a few rocks here and just create a small raised fire pit for the fire. So that's the fire platform all done. Like I said, I want to have a fire on top of stone just to protect the ground underneath. I'm only going to have a small fire, so that should be ample. What I'm going to do next is start tinder preparation and then get all my kindling just sorted, saw a few of those other sticks into smaller bits, and we're good to go. I'll get my fire lighting kit here. Get that ready. So I've got my billy can and my saw. That's all ready to go.
I decided to take the high ground from Ironstone Lake, which is just over here. There's no track from Ironstone Lake to Ironstone Hut, which is the other side of me. You can just see green tin roof now, which is really nice to see that coming up over these hills. You can see Lake Nameless there in front of it. Yeah, there was one route I could have went where I would navigate around Ironstone Lake, but that was actually proven to be quite difficult for me, so much bush. So I decided to come up on a high ground so I can actually visibly see the lake itself, because I wasn't 100% sure which way I was meant to be going. So it's a good job I did that. It was nice to be able to see it as well. So the plan is to spend the night just near Ironstone Hut tonight. I'll set my camp up. You can stay in the huts, but I'd rather not stay in huts, to be honest with you. So I guess it might take me about an hour or so to get there, depending on what it's like around the lake. I'm just going to head down towards that lake and then come on the left side of the lake. I think that's probably the quickest way, instead of going the right hand side all the way around. This stuff here is great for starting a fire. It's just a shame that I can't start a fire in this area. It's prohibited, so. But there is an abundance of this stuff. It grows on like dead rotten branches, even rocks. There's heaps of it on these rocks as well. Rocks over there. There's just so much of it here. Wouldn't really be difficult to start a fire in this area at all.
Might be wondering why I got these silly gloves on. It's because I always wear gloves when I cut wood or break wood. I've had too many times where I just, you know, cut myself accidentally. This knife is super sharp, but you know, you just bounce that with no gloves on, and you may need stitches. So just way too many situations while you're up here, you know, in the woods, where not only could you injure yourself with a saw, but hooks. I always wear those sun gloves when I'm out fishing. Just kind of protects you from even like the gills of the fish. They will shred you up, and especially by the end of a long trip, your hands will just have holes in them. So I'm gonna get a little bit of this wood to start the fire. It's like a pine. One thing nice about up here is there's no shortage of wood. So someone's put a fair amount of effort into building this little fireplace. But the problem is they built it to where you can't really cook on it. So like these rocks right here are blocking the way that you can feed a small fire. So I'm going to remove these, at least for now. I guess I can come back later, but just gotta check this guy out. Walleye from the lake. Doesn't get much fresher than this. Let's get him filleted up. Start on some fish tacos. Do an initial cut right along the backbone. Flat back. There's one. Alright, I gotta get this fire rolling. I need to let it burn down to the coals a little bit so I don't fry the fish too hard. I don't know, maybe. Burns good. So I'm just going to try to get a little fire going. Just get a little bit of coals going, and then it should just take care of itself. In the meantime, I'm going to prep a few things, but I'm going to let this fire burn for a little bit.
I love how in ancient conditions people listen more to nature outside and to the inner nature. they understood more about the cycles and how they could use the cycles to more friend and more consciousness and better performance. And so they didn't try to make the same performance each day, each second. So they really listened to the creative phases and the phases when the body wanted to rest and wanted to regain strength, to wait for phases in which the body has the highest strength. I think that's what humankind is about. I think it's about finding our purpose again and finding why we're here and what we want to do, what we want to pursue. I think that's the main question about humankind. That is so beautiful here. Everything is quiet and peaceful. No other people here. Not many animals, some birds. So it's just beautiful. I'm back. I made it. It was a beautiful, lovely trip, and it's always lovely when you go into nature, and it's always lovely when you come back and also drive home. So it's a two things. Yeah, so bye bye.